Most operational dashboards fail to drive targeted behaviors, even when the data is correct. I'm going to spend a few minutes on why that is and what it means for how you advise firms. I'm a behavioral scientist. I direct my focus on the question, what is the friction between knowing something and actually doing something about it? Because in finance and operations, the gap between knowing and doing is where most of the lost value resides. There are three mechanisms that drive this critical gap. First is cognitive load. A typical operational dashboard shows you everything, 20, 30, maybe 40 metrics. The brain simply cannot recognize or prioritize that volume. So it doesn't, it defers, it scrolls past. The data is there, but it does not lead to action. We literally miss the signals. The second is temporal disconnection. This clinical sounding term means that the dashboard describes what happened. Past tense, last week's margin, last month's pipeline. By the time you're reading it, the conditions that produce those numbers have already changed. You're navigating using a map of where you were, not where you are. Driving with the rearview mirror means we don't put on the brakes when approaching a hazard. We completely miss the drift. The final mechanism is agentic silence. You use dashboards as an agent, and it will tell you the score, but it does not guide you on how to take action. When humans receive information without a clear next action, they default to maintaining the current behavior. Combined with the dynamic of getting the data too late, the conclusion is to wait and see if the numbers change when the next report comes out. The good news is that the AIgencyIQ advisory operating system addresses all three of those inaction mechanisms. It starts with exceptions only. Not every metric is presented, enabling the brain to focus on priorities. It is founded on real-time signal detection. What's drifting now, not what changed last quarter. And yes, it prescribes actions with named owners and targeted timelines. Rather than agentic silence, you get agentic empowerment. The friction between knowing and doing collapses. This is what the behavior lift metric measures inside the platform. The lift in action rate after a signal is surfaced. Not only do we measure the KPIs, we measure how we act on them. For finance practitioners building advisory practices, your job isn't to deliver more data to your clients. It's to drive behavior, strategy execution behaviors. The methodology you use either supports that or it doesn't. The Certified ServiceOps Advisor Program provides a structured, scalable framework for the delivery of advisory services that negates the issues of cognitive load, temporal disconnection, and agentic silence. More on all of this in the link. I also have an article coming that will provide additional insight on this shortly. See you all then.